There's a big fated change happening in your energy, Capricorns, and we're going to get into it. Hi friends, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tanner, and this is my Esoterica. Today we are here with a timeless reading for our Capricorns, and yeah, it looks like there's some sort of big fated change taking place in your energy. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away from someone, something, a job, a relationship, a person, a situation that just wasn't in alignment with you anymore. And it's not like you haven't poured love and energy into trying to make the situation work, but there is no forcing alignment to happen if it's not happening naturally. So yeah, this is a timeless reading. I don't know if I said that, but all of my readings are timeless. So when this message is finding you, there's something here for you. We're going to do a few more checks to see what's going on at the heart of the situation, and then we'll dive deeper into the situation, Capricorns. We have Temperance. This is the Magic Maker's Tarot, by the way, for anyone who's interested. So you guys could be making magic of your own right now, or trying to. But Temperance, this is all about 111 on my timer, as I said that. Finding balance again. Transmuting pain into power. There's like fire and water on this artwork here. So it is like the coming together of two opposites. And yeah, I don't know, maybe some of you guys were connected to somebody who was your opposite in a lot of ways. Fire and water, fire and ice, I'm getting with this. But yeah, in any case, like a rebalancing of your own energy, transmuting pain into power. So you still learn some painful lessons from the situation for sure, but you're not letting them keep you defeated. You're not letting them keep you locked down, because you're not afraid to walk away from the things that don't serve you anymore. The Queen of Cups, that's you. Yeah, you're focusing on self-care, Capricorns. Just being compassionate towards yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting in the flow of things, not letting your emotions get the best of you, like staying really grounded in your feelings, and just being really able to trust that flow. Beautiful energy. We're gonna do one more cut, friends, and then we're gonna see what's going on. We're gonna pull some cards. So thanks, Spirit. One more cut. What else is going on for our Capricorns that are bringing them here? The Seven of Swords. So you could have been dealing with someone who was dishonest with you in some way. The Seven of Swords typically comes out when there's like lying and deception involved in some way. Alternatively, if this is maybe about a job situation, you could be starting to kind of think outside the box a little bit. Yeah, and like coming up with new ideas and new ways of doing things. But okay, we're gonna go ahead and start pulling some cards, and we'll see what is going on. So thank you, Spirit. What else has been going on for our Capricorns? What is going on for our Capricorn collective at this time? What messages do they need to hear for our Capricorns? Very specific card wants to come out for you guys. For our Capricorns. Oh, and there it is. The first card is the Six of Cups. So I feel like you could definitely be ruminating on a past situation right now, like thinking of all the good times you shared with somebody. This could also be about a soul kind of connection, a soulmate connection, or it was something that could have triggered your childhood woundings in a way as well. But I feel like you are definitely kind of caught up in nostalgia right now. Again, if this is about a person, I think you did really share good times, and you know there were real feelings there with this person. But I do get the sense that it may have activated your childhood woundings in some way. The Seven of Pentacles, clarifying the Six of Cups, it feels like you invested a lot of your time and energy into this situation. hoping that one day it would bear fruit for you. But I don't think it ever did. I think you were very patient with the situation with this person. I think, again, you wanted to see it grow. You were trying to water these plants and trying to make fruit, you know, trying to get it to bear fruit, but it just never really was. But I do think you are kind of caught up in your feelings about this person. Again, kind of caught up in nostalgia and thinking about them, or thinking about how no matter how much time and energy you invested in it, it never went anywhere. But we'll get some more clarifiers for that in a little bit. Let's get some more cards for what else needs to come out. So thank you, Spirit. What else is going on for our Capricorns right now? For our Capricorn collective. For our Capricorns, please, Spirit. What do we have? Again, very specific cards when they come out for you guys. The Hermit. You guys could have been in a period of reflection a lot lately, trying to gain wisdom. You could have been like kind of isolating yourselves and yeah, in an attempt to gain some wisdom, a new perspective on a situation, trying to find your light again is what I'm getting as well. But okay, I'll try again. Thank you, Spirit. What else do we have for our Capricorns? What's going on for our Capricorn, Spirit? For our Capricorns. The Tower. So some sort of big shakeup, some sort of big revelation, big change. Something's happened in this situation that's really shaken your foundations, Capricorn. And maybe that's what's caused you to kind of go into this hermit mode, to kind of pull your energy back and just kind of focus on trying to heal yourself with that Queen of Cups energy that we were seeing. Okay, yeah. So some sort of big shakeup, big realization, some sort of big something is happening that caused you to kind of go into reflection on the situation. But okay, thank you, Spirit. One more card for our Capricorns. What else is going on for them, Spirit? Okay, you got two cards here. You got the Sun and you got the Jinn, which is the devil in this deck. So with the Jinn, this is toxic behaviors. You could have had a toxic attraction to this person. Airplane ascension. So this situation could have been part of your ascension journey. If it triggered your childhood woundings, it was to help you shine a light on them so you could start seeing the places you've been actually keeping yourself stuck unconsciously as a result of your unhealed childhood wounding, which again, we all have, and we're all, you know, on this journey at least, you know, it's par for the course. But with the Sun as coming out with it, it's like you're finally seeing the truth of the situation. You're seeing clearly. And I think what you're realizing is that continuing to stay stuck in this situation is not serving your highest good. It's not giving you the happiness and fulfillment you know you do deserve. But again, I feel like you are in a lot of reflection over this right now. So I do get a sense that it definitely triggered your childhood woundings. I don't think it was whatever's gone on. It hasn't been easy for you. It's definitely shaken you. And now you're seeing like the truth of the toxicity of this other person or this other situation. Okay. Now we're going to start clarifying. So we're going to clarify the Six of Cups. What is this nostalgia energy about, Spirit? What is the Six of Cups energy? We have the Emperor. Yeah, so whoever you are or were connected to, I feel like you saw them as your divine masculine, right? Like your other half, in a sense. And I do think you're missing them right now, Capricorn. Um, and I think you are thinking of all the good times that you shared with them and kind of just remembering better days. But I don't think it does you any good to kind of stay stuck in nostalgia, right? Because it's like having rose-colored glasses on. Like you're only seeing what you want to see in a situation in the past, I'm talking about, and you're not seeing the truth of it. Now I do think you're seeing the truth of just how toxic it was. But that doesn't necessarily take away all of the good times and good feelings that you had with them, right? Let's get one more clarifier. So thank you, Spirit. Can we get one more clarifier for the Six of Cups and this Emperor energy? One more clarifier, please, for the Six of Cups and this Emperor energy for our Capricorns. Very particular cards want to come out for you guys. So this may be a very specific message. The Queen of Wands, it came out crossing. So I feel like this person also felt like you were very magnetic, Capricorn. They felt very drawn to you. I feel like normally you're a very confident person. The Queen of Wands is somebody who is, she knows who she is, and she's not afraid of who she is. She's not afraid of what she likes. She walks into a room and people can't help but notice her. She's charismatic. She's confident. 12-12 on my timer. So I feel like naturally, Capricorn, you are all of these things. But I think also this situation may have knocked at that confidence. Like this energy is crossing you. Typically, for me as a reader, when cards come out crossing like that, it means energy that's kind of at the forefront of your thoughts. So you could be thinking about how much this situation has knocked at your confidence. Excuse me, confirmation verb. I'm a lady. But yeah, I get the sense that this person was really drawn to you. I feel like they may have had their own childhood woundings as well that may have prevented them from being as open and honest and available as you needed them to be. I think what's interesting too is I think this connection for both of you triggered your childhood woundings. But I think for you in particular, it's really knocked at your confidence. Because whatever this big shakeup was, it exposed again just how toxic this person and the situation was. The moon too. So I feel like there was a lot of things that you weren't seeing in this situation. The moon is often about lies and deception and illusions. You could be very intuitive as well. You could be a divine feminine or resonate with being a divine feminine. The moon is representative. You have the moon and the sun coming out here. So this could definitely be a twin flame reading, or you could resonate with that. But yeah, I do. You may have intuitively felt like things were off a little bit, but things were kind of 14-14. I just saw it on my timer. But I think things were kind of hidden for you before, Capricorn. I think maybe again going back to that rose-colored glasses stuff. I think maybe you were wearing rose-colored glasses with this person. Not anymore. All right, so let's clarify this tower energy. What is this tower energy? What was this big shakeup for our Capricorns? That came out fast. And it fell on the floor. Came out crossing as well, though. The Empress. You, again. So, yeah, I feel like whatever collective of Capricorns this message is for, you guys could definitely resonate again with being a divine feminine, with being on the twin flame journey. It is not easy, and it's not a fairy tale romance. It is meant to trigger you. It's meant to trigger your woundings. So again, you can shine a light on them. So you can do that reflecting that we were seeing with the Hermit, and actually start to do the work to heal. Because so often people are just walking around, again, unconsciously projecting their childhood woundings onto others. And it takes having to be so open and vulnerable that childhood self kind of comes out. It happens in these situations when there's intense feelings. But if this other person wasn't able to meet you and give you the love and the attention and the accountability that inner child needed, then it wasn't a healthy relationship. It wasn't a healthy situation for you, ultimately. But it was meant to trigger that stuff so you could actually look at it and get to the root of it, so you could kind of yank it all out and truly start to heal. But yeah, I feel like this tower moment, this big shakeup, it definitely, again, knocked at your confidence. It made you not secure in your own divine feminine power. And you don't have to be a feminine bodied person to resonate with being a divine feminine. I don't gender my readings, and gender is a construct anyway. But yeah, I definitely think whatever this big tower moment was, again, it knocked out your confidence. It put you into wounded feminine energy, is what I'm getting. So wounded feminine energy is feeling the need to control the situation instead of trusting that things will work out the way it's meant to. It is being, I don't want to say, but spirit is, it's being petty and instead of being understanding. It is feeling like you've been blocked from abundance, and like what you want isn't meant for you, even though naturally abundance is the birthright of the Empress, and she knows that. She doesn't have to fight to prove her worth because she already knows. So this connection could have had you fighting to prove your worth when you don't, and you didn't ever need to do that. But yeah, definitely knocked out your confidence, had you feeling blocked from abundance. But let us clarify this one more time. One more clarifier, please, for the central energy. And this is the energy at the heart of your spread, so I feel like this is kind of like the core theme of this reading. Like this tower moment took you out of divine feminine energy. Page of Swords, but it came out in reverse. So the Page of Swords is somebody who is very clear-headed, right? There's somebody who's very clever and witty, young or immature in energy. The Page of Swords has a plan. The Page of Swords is always kind of scoping the ground ahead of them and trying to figure out what the next best step to make is. In the reverse, it's like, again, there is this sense of immaturity. This person could have been dishonest with you in some way. Swords in general are all about honesty and accountability. If you are connected to somebody, they could have been younger again, or just more immature than you. They could have been dishonest. They could have had harsh words they could have not been very kind or emotionally available to you. They could have been stuck in their own head about their own woundings. I'm going to clarify that. Can I clarify this Page of Swords in reverse, Spirit? What is this energy about? Somebody could have, yeah, lied to you with the Page of Swords in reverse. Weren't able to take accountability for their actions. And the Queen of Swords in reverse. I don't know how half these cards got reversed. But interesting. Very interesting. That happened for a reason. And so I guess I'm going to keep it that way. But the Queen of Swords reversed, I feel like this is you, right? I feel like there was potential for there to be a match in this situation. I think maybe you lowered your guard and let this person in. I think maybe, again, you weren't seeing the situation clearly with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Especially with that Six of Cups energy. I'm getting a lot of like rose-colored glasses imagery. But yeah, I feel like you let your guard down with this person and they were dishonest with you in some way. Or they showed you how unaccountable for their own actions they are. And that's the toxicity that was revealed to you with the devil and the sun here. Now the moon is in reverse. I really don't know how this happened. All the cards were upright when I started. So I feel like, you know, you're starting to have clarity again, because the moon in reverse is like no more shadows, no more illusions. But yeah, very interesting. So yeah, it seems like you let your guard down. I mean, I don't want to repeat myself. I think I said what I needed to say. This person was probably dishonest with you in some way. I don't know how. But yeah, you weren't seeing it clearly at the time because you were caught up in your feelings. You were caught up in your childhood wounds. You were wearing rose-colored glasses. But something happened that exposed this sort of dishonesty and inspired you to want to step into your power, into your own divine feminine energy. Maybe it was a lesson in learning your worth. But in any case, the toxicity of this situation, those rose-colored glasses are off. Like, you're seeing the truth of this. But let's clarify. I kind of want to... So many of the cards are upside down. All right, I'm just going to trust that Spirit did that for a reason. 2255. Okay. Can we clarify this devil and the sun energy, please, Spirit, for our Capricorns? Clarify the sun and devil energy for our Capricorns. This is a very specific reading because very specific cards want to come out. Please clarify this devil and sun energy. Renewal. Judgment. It came out upright. So I feel like this was your wake-up call, Capricorn. Like, this was your opportunity to shed an older version of yourself in order for you to align with a more aligned version, a healed version, one that has sort of had their awakening moment. This could have led to a third eye activation. I'm seeing this third eye here on this person's, it's a fairy. I think it's a fairy. 2425, I just saw it. So I feel like this led to some sort of awakening for you. Some sort of new opportunity for a new life, like a new beginning. Again, the message of judgment is shedding the older version of yourself in order to align with the higher version of yourself. I've already said that. I don't know why I'm repeating it. Maybe you need to hear it again. But with the King of Cups in reverse on the bottom, I feel like this person was sort of emotionally manipulative, not available, not comfortable with or expressing their feelings. And yeah, I just don't think they were showing up with the kind of love and care that you deserve. What you deserve is the King of Cups upright, somebody who is kind and compassionate and emotionally available and is full of love. Here, he's not. In the reverse, he's not this way. But this was your wake-up call, Capricorn. To remember who you are, to remember your worth. You are this Empress. Okay, one more clarifier, please, Spirit, for this last row. The Nine of Wands in reverse. So the Nine of Wands typically is a card of perseverance. It's the card of the wounded warrior, of feeling battered and bruised from the situation, but wanting to keep going. That's in the upright. In the reverse, this is kind of feeling burnt out, like not wanting to, like feeling completely and utterly defeated, and not feeling like you have the strength to keep pushing forward in this situation. And if this was somebody who manipulated you or wasn't available or was dishonest with you, then I wouldn't want to keep going with this either. Like, it might be hard, but you're making the right choice. I hope you're choosing to walk away from this. Because it seems like now that you've had this big sort of revelation, like this is your judgment call. And I don't think you're trying to stick around and keep being beat up on, right? With that Nine of Wands imagery. Yeah, you're tired of fighting. You just want to leave this behind and find something better for you. But I do feel like you let this person in. I feel like you were kind of caught up in the illusion of the situation. And I'm not shading you at all. This happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us. But it was meant to trigger your childhood woundings. So again, you could do that hard healing work that is necessary to align with the Empress in the upright. Again, somebody who knows their worth. With these like peacock card, or the imagery of these peacock looking things, I'm thinking of the Animal Spirit Oracle deck by Kim Krans, where the peacock is like somebody who's able to digest and learn from every kind of experience, and they learn to accept themselves and others exactly as they are, for exactly where they're at. And there's no blame necessarily. There's just knowing what is best. Or, I mean, yes, there's knowing what's best for you, for the peacock, but it's like learning to accept that no matter how much, love or good feelings or familiarity there is with a person, if they're not able to truly show up for you in the way that you need, then you deserve better. All right, so what's your advice then? What is your advice, Spirit, for our Capricorns when it comes to this situation? The Fool, upright still. So I do get the sense that that upside down madness happened for a reason, but your advice is to embrace this new beginning. Take a leap of faith towards something new. Don't be caught up in old cycles, old ways of doing things. Don't get caught up in people who aren't showing up as their best version of themselves, because you deserve somebody who's gonna show up and do the work for you. So your advice is to take everything you've learned from the situation. I'm looking at this fool's little knapsack, like everything he's got, everything he's learned, and he's ready to just jump off the cliff and go for something new. So that's your advice. Take everything you've learned from this situation and have a new beginning. So what's coming next then for you, Capricorns? What is coming next, please, Spirit, for our lovely Capricorns? You have the Two of Pentacles, and it came out upright. So the Two of Pentacles is all about kind of juggling your options, 3111. Trying to get your priorities in order, trying to figure out, should I give more attention to this thing? Should I give more attention to this thing? Da, ba, da, ba, da. Two of Pentacles can also talk about kind of cognitive dissonance in a way of trying to figure out whether you should listen to your head or your heart when it comes to this situation. So twos are also all about making a choice. So you could be kind of like up in the air trying to figure out, you know, what is the next best choice for me to make. But I think intuitively you know what you have to do, or what you should do, what you need to do in order to, again, have this renewal, have this sort of rebirth in your own energy. And I think we both know the choice is not continuing to stick around and be lied to, right? It's choosing to see the truth of this, take those rose-colored glasses off, and embrace this change. I'm not saying it's easy to do, but I think it is necessary for you to, again, experience this rebirth and renewal. But I think that all of this was meant to awaken you. Again, if you resonate with being a twin flame, it is par for the course. All of us divine feminines go through that, especially at the beginning. So yeah, I think really take some time to think about your options here. Weigh your options carefully with the Two of Pentacles. That's what's coming next. So I think, you know, again, your advice was to take a leap of faith towards something new. I think what's coming next for you is 3311, is you're trying to figure it out, trying to balance it out. Anything else we should know, Spirit, for our Capricorns? Any other last final messages for them? What do we have, Spirit, for our Capricorns? Any other messages, Spirit? Woo! The King of Wands. We have the King and Queen of Wands. Again, we have two sets of matching kings and queens. But the King of Wands is somebody who, interesting. But the King of Wands is somebody who takes control of the situation and, you know, is not afraid to take the lead. I'm wondering if maybe there's a new person coming into your energy, maybe. Like we have wait a second. I thought we had the King of Swords here. We don't. We have the Emperor and the Empress. We have the Queen of Swords. I swore I saw the King of Swords somewhere. We saw the Page of Swords. Oh. But anyway, with the King of Wands and his shadows can come across as a player. So some of you may have been dealing with somebody who was a bit of a player. Could have been a fire sign. But I think Spirit is trying to tell you that you need to be the one to take control of the situation for yourself. And yeah, that's really all I'm getting from that. Ooh. Maybe you heard my little kitty Gurk back there. Oh, peep peep. She's sweet. Anyway, I think, yeah, Spirit's trying to tell you, like, find your own confidence again. The King of Wands. We have the King and Queen of Wands. Again, King of Wands is like the Queen of Wands. Naturally charismatic, naturally a leader. People are drawn to him. But he takes inspired action on the things he feels inspired to take action on, even if the the setting around him is like, I'm thinking of the traditional Rider-Waite artwork where all of the wands people are surrounded by desert. And it's like, no matter, even if the things around you seem like desolate and like there's no growth, there's like nothing, your drive and your inspiration is the thing that's going to get you to that next oasis, right? So even if things around you are seeming dry and lifeless, you're encouraged to take control and use your drive, your inspiration, your wand energy. Again, wands are all about spark and drive and inspiration. And use that to help you push through the times that seem dry and desolate, because it's only by getting through those times where you're gonna experience renewal, find an oasis. So Spirit's calling for you to take control of this situation for yourself. You might be having a hard time, kind of going back and forth with the Two of Pentacles here soon. But again, with this Fool, Spirit's saying, take the reins and have a leap of faith towards something new. Don't stay stuck where you're not being valued or appreciated, or where you're being lied to, or anything like that. Okay? Death on the bottom. This is all a renewal for you. This is all meant to clear out the way things weren't working, all of the things that weren't working, in order to make room for something new and beautiful and brighter to emerge. It's like an ego death is happening. Third eye awakening. But anyway, I'm gonna leave this one here, my friends. It got a little wild, but I think, whoever this message is for, again, this may be a very specific reading, but if this message is yours, you'll feel it. And if it was yours, then I hope this reading was helpful for you. If it was, please consider liking and commenting and subscribing. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how this reading resonated with you. And yeah, I'm just trying to grow my little YouTube community here, and I'd love for you guys to be a part of it. All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead and leave it here, but we will see you in the next one, okay? All right. Take care. Bye.